Hey friends, Gottwood613 here. Today, I wanted to talk about some video games. So, I like to play video games. I very much enjoyed the video game Fallout 3. I never played Fallout 1, I never played Fallout 2, I didn't play Fallout Tactics, and I forgot to download it for free when they were for free on Good Old Games. But, even though I didn't play those games, I still played Fallout 3. Fallout 3 was basically Oblivion, but with guns and shit, and it was pretty freaking cool. I really enjoyed it. I liked the fact that I first thought, okay, the VAT system is going to make it so it's really easy. You don't even play the game because the game auto targets for you, and you've got a gun. So like in Oblivion, you've got like a sword and shit, and there's like weird combat. I can just like shoot somebody from like a million miles away with my rifle, and it doesn't matter. But of course, with the whole idea of it being the after nuclear war and all of the scarcity of everything, it actually can be kind of difficult when you've got no ammo and nothing to heal you with because nobody has any. Makes it kind of interesting, except for the bad guys. Bad guys have lots of ammo. And they never run out until you loot their body. And then it turns out they only had like one bullet left. So you get one bullet. Ah, I got something stuck in my throat. So, Fallout 3 was a pretty good and interesting game. I actually really liked it. I really enjoyed it. And then I saw on Steam, I was like, what? Steam Holiday Sale, Fallout New Vegas is $250. I gotta buy this game. And all my friends are like, no, dude, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's a bad game. I'm like, well, it can't be that bad. I mean, it came out after Fallout 3, and Fallout 3 was really good. So how bad could it be? And it's pretty fucking bad. So to start out, the game has a completely different setting. So it doesn't take place in Capital Wasteland. It takes place in New Vegas, or the area around New Vegas, so Nevada. Makes a lot of sense because that's the plot of the game. Good. The story or the story elements are completely different. In Fallout 3, you are trying to find out what happened to your father. Spoiler alert. Actually, not even spoiler alert. It's the intro. I'm not explaining what happens in the story. You are trying to find out what happened to your father, and you grow up with your father, or the opening scenes are all with your father. So you actually kind of get this connection. You kind of want to know what happened to him, and you're interested in looking to find out what happened. But I started out in New Vegas, and in the opening scene, you get shot in the face, and then some guy's like, "Oh, I saved your life," or something, even though the bullet in your face didn't kill you, because he's a doctor and it's fine. And it's like, "Oh, you probably want to go get those guys." Well, somebody will know something about it. And I'm like, well, not really. I don't want to go get the guy that shot me in the face. I feel like I should stay away from the guy that shot me in the face. I should go do something else. Anything else. And what I find very quickly is that when I walk into the town, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. I talk to all sorts of different people. The doctor, he's like, oh, one of the dialogue options is like, oh, is there anything that or he's like, you mentioned something that you've lost. What is it? And he's just like, oh, there's lots of people like me that have lost things. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, okay, well that could have been a hook for a quest, but there's no quest. And this happens all the time. There are people that tell you stories or tell you things about different things, but it's not a quest. There's no quest. There's nothing to do. You don't get any benefit from doing things for people. Now, I don't want to sound like terrible and be like, well, you shouldn't just do things in a video game, or you shouldn't just do things for like a benefit. But it's a video game. I want to have fun, and being rewarded for doing stuff is fun. Also, being guided to do stuff is fun. I'm not saying that, you can't play a game without like having these concrete guiding systems and stuff like that. I'm not trying to say that. But everything everybody says is like some kind of plot hook, and there's nothing that comes out of any of it. So, for example, the town of Prim has under attack by or like was taken over by these convicts, and the military is standing right outside, and they're like, okay, well, we should save Prim. So I talked to the guy. I'm like, why didn't you save Prim? Why didn't you go inside and get rid of the convicts? And the guy goes, well, we're short on supplies, and so we're waiting on some supplies, and really it's just a shitty situation. And then it's done, and I can't talk to him anymore. And I'm like, wait a second, why is there no option for me to say, maybe I can help you get the supplies? Oh, you don't need more supplies because I can kill everyone for you. Or even better, hey look, I went to the town, I killed all the convicts, and I saved everyone's life. Because I had like a gun, there was only like 8 guys. And boom, all dead. Nothing. There's no dialogue option. It never changes. I saved the town. I got a new mayor for the town. I did everything. I reset it up. No dialogue options. The guy just still says, yep, there's not no supplies, so we can't do anything. And it just really feels like it was totally phoned in. Admittedly, I only played the game for like 4 hours. But in that 4 hours, I got 2 quests in total. Well, 2 quests that weren't the main quest. The first quest was I just had to kill some guy, which took like no time at all. And then the second quest was an accident because while I was clearing out all the convicts, I found some guy who was their hostage, and he's like, "Oh, well, I could have saved myself," and he walked away. And he goes to some random house, and then I talk to him, and he's like, "Okay, cool. Now we need a mayor." I make the mayor, and then bam, that's that quest done. And then I follow the story, and the story says, okay, go to this town to figure out what's up. So I go to the town, and yeah. Well, first you're supposed to go to Prim, and in Prim you find out that there's nobody there because it's the convicts, and you have to kill them all. So great, there's no one to talk to. So go to the next town. I can't remember what the name of it is because it's so fucking forgettable. Novak or something? Or no, before Novak, some other town. And in the town, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk to people. And this, but everything's on fire, and I'm like, why? And it turns out, well, you can't talk to anybody because they're all being like crucified and murdered or whatever because it's part of the story or something. Okay, well that's fine, but so far I've been to two two towns where I couldn't talk to anybody or get any quests or do anything. There was nothing to do except for get attacked and then fight people. I don't expect such a dramatically story-driven game such as Fallout 1 or not Fallout 1, Fallout 3 to have its predecessor be so pointless and boring and empty. It just feels so empty. When you look around the empty landscape, it literally just feels empty. Like Fallout 3 didn't feel empty. There was always stuff to do everywhere. You know, when you walk into Megaton, there's like 6 quests you can do. I mean, chill, you could blow up the town. You could make a drastic change in the way the entire world works if you wanted to. But so far in this game, you can't do shit. You can just walk around and fucking pick the grass and get killed by rad scorpions. Damn rad scorpions. But yeah, that's just my rant for today. I would not recommend buying Fallout New Vegas. I don't even know if I'm ever going to finish playing it. If anybody knows if, like, maybe I'm doing something wrong. I went to Prim, and I went to Novak, and I went to the town before Novak, and, like, even in Prim, the guy's like, it's like, oh, have you heard about the history of, like, Prim? And I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, let me tell you the story. It's got this. Go check out this thing. And then no quest. I don't get it. What's the point of the quest log if there's no quest? Anyway, thank you for watching. If you haven't played Fallout 3, I highly recommend you play Fallout 3 and skip New Vegas. It kind of blows. Fallout 3 is really, really good. And hope you all enjoy it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.